this flight, there was a blue screen of death incident, but that was not the worst thing about the flight. I resumed the flight using autosave, and it did something that happens only in the Zibo. The save was loaded with the camera tilted upwards. I tried again, and the same thing happened. I had to concede and reconfigure the camera views. I was so pissed and didn't do a good job with the landing. Since this was a flight request, I saw it unfair to land in such a fashion. Therefore, I decided to load again so that I could do the landing with a cool head. Little did I know that my head was about to get even hotter. The sim either crashed before loading the flight or did that thing where it gets stuck, loading into the scenery and does not tell you until you realize you've waited for 10 minutes. The sim crashing before finishing loading into the scenery is something that I deal with on almost every flight. It works on the second or third attempt without any change from me. The log file doesn't show anything useful when it crashes. It took about 10 attempts and I was able to load into the scenery. I then loaded autosave, and this time the camera tilted up even further with the plane nose diving. I rage quit and opened it again to try again. This time the camera was not as tilted and I had to realign my camera views again. Unfortunately, I was still very pissed off on this landing. I will land here again in the future, but it will be in X-Plane 11 for sure. As for X-Plane 12, I won't play it again until version 12. 1.0 releases. There is no mention of stability changes in the blog post for the release. This means that it could be a very long time before I use the sim again. I had reinstalled it a few weeks ago, but it didn't help. I would love to do a flight knowing that the sim will work on the first attempt and I will finish the flight without worrying that the sim will crash at some point. I can achieve this with X-Plane 11 and Microsoft Flight Simulator. I hope that Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 saves me from the agony of switching between 3 simulators because each of them has some things that I don't like. MSFS. 2020 has nice visuals and needs a minimal amount of mods. X-Plane 11 is super stable for me, and some planes handle much nicer for me than X-Plane 12. I very much enjoy hand flying in X-Plane 12 though. I also enjoy it in X-Plane 11. I would love all of these niceties in one simulator. $2,500. $1,000.
200. 300. Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.